about the different. Okay, today we want to talk about the different kinds of dress code for the ladies, for the gentlemen, and then we shall have a conclusion. So very, very importantly, why is it important that we focus on our image in the nature of business that we do? Very importantly, it's because 55% of another person's perception of you is based on how you look. They might not be in position to look at the car you have come in, whether you've come in a car or not. They might not be in position to know where your home is, but then they can judge you from the way that you look. So it's also very important that today we learn about dressing for the job that you want, not the job that you have. So if you want to be successful in this kind of business, it is very, very important for us to start dressing like success. Yeah. Then also, this is just a note, 75% of recruiters believe that how a person dresses for work affects one job's salary and possible promotions. So your impression is always going to be the lasting impression. We will never have a second chance to make a first impression. So that is why it is very, very important that we start paying attention to the way that we dress. Sorry, I'm using my phone because I failed to log it on my laptop and yet time was going. So building your professional wardrobe, just a few tips. As individuals, every one of us, we need to, one, shop smart, think through the things that we wear in advance, look out for sales, invest in clothes that last longer, and choose some statement pieces, okay? And buy some essential clothes, for example, black pants, black shoes, that can go with everything. So we have 4 different kinds of dress code, and today we would like to talk about the 4 different kinds of dress code. But if time catches up with us, we shall focus on the first half today and the second half, next Friday, so that we can have a meaningful training today. So very, very importantly, I want to say that there are 4 different kinds of dress code. And today we are going to focus on one that they call the business professional, okay? And this is going to be very, very helpful, especially when we have, for example, meetings where we have been able to invite our guests. We need to dress up professionally. However, there are 4 different kinds of dress code. The second one being business ready, okay? And also after checking out business ready, we shall know when to dress business ready. Then we have what we call business casual, okay? And then we have the casual. So it's important to know when to dress and how to dress, okay? Because if we don't, it is, first of all, very, very disrespectful that you put on something that is you're not dressed for the occasion. For example, here in Uganda, we have traditional weddings, and it's very, very unfortunate how sometimes people come when they all know that they are supposed to be dressed traditionally, but then they do not do it. So in the same way, when we meet, for example, at a major event, maybe like at Imperial Royale, that's where we have our meetings here in Uganda, it's very important that you dress the part, because when you don't dress the part, you kill it for the rest. Because as we talk about the image and how everybody, we are talking about a business that is image based. So if you come out and you are not dressed the part, it becomes very, very, very difficult. Why? Because the rest of the distributors, you are actually killing it for them. So today we are going to focus on business professional. Then next Friday, we shall focus on business ready and the rest. And then I'll also share with you how you are going to dress business ready, during, when in the business should you dress business ready? When in the business should you dress business casual? And when in the business should you dress casual casual? For example, when we are going for the lifestyle trips, you know, that is the opportunity for you to dress casual casual. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the basics, starting with the women. What should every woman have in their wardrobe? Okay, a black pencil skirt, a white blouse, you know, wide leg trousers in gray or black, black pumps, or an elegant handbag. Why are we saying this? Because black is easy to match with everything. So you have to make sure that your skirt is slightly below your knees, okay? You have a good handbag, an elegant handbag that you can use on a daily basis, okay? And then when we get to jewelry, when we are dressing business professional, we have to focus on getting very light jewelry that does not attract so much attention, okay? So we can get a modest necklace, a few earrings, you know, a few rings are acceptable. We make sure that when we are dressing business professional, we do not wear dangling earrings, loud, noisy necklaces. Why do we do this? Because we are minimizing as much attention as we are. So when you're dressing business professional, even the choice of colors is very, very important. We avoid wearing very, very light colors because they attract a lot of attention. Yellow, green, blue, you know. So if you keep it subtle, if you keep it black, you know, and white and some of these very light colors, very light blue, very light green, it becomes very, very good for you to match out in your business or professional outfit. So when we get to the shoes for the ladies, one, they must be clean and polished. Let's underline that, clean and polished. And that is why when we talk about dress code etiquette, whenever you arrive, wherever you're going, please take time to clean your shoes, yeah? Because if you don't, people, you know, can look at you as somebody who is really irresponsible. Make sure that your shoes are comfortable. The heels should not be higher than 2 inches because they should be comfortable. So if you wear very, very high shoes when you've decided to wear business professional, even the way that we walk changes. So make sure that the shoes are closed. If the shoes are open, it gives a more casual look. So the shoes should be slightly off the ground and they should be closed, okay? And of course, some people choose to wear socks, for example, in the very cold regions of the world, but that may not apply to our tropics here. But the shoes should be comfortable, they should be closed, most preferably, and they should not be higher than 2 inches. Okay, so when we get down to the women, what should we wear? And our goal is to look the best that you can. You may be meeting new clients, you may be going for an event, you know, you may be representing Neo Life wherever you are. The way that you dress will represent Neo Life. So if you have a question, if you have to question what you have to wear, don't wear it. Then for ladies, it's very important to talk about grooming in this case, okay? So they tell us that our nails and our teeth need to be very well maintained. And our hair should be well combed and well brushed. Our nails should be painted, but not, you know, chipped and, you know, so we need to go an extra mile to take care of ourselves. Because if you show that you are not well groomed, then the people that you're leading may not be very, very impressed with what you are wearing. So when we talk about accessories, I think many of us have seen people who, you know, wear purple hair, white hair. Now, for business professional, the rule of the thumb is you are supposed to minimize attention, okay? So when it gets to dressing up, it is very, very important that you avoid too much accessories, large belts, you know, you're wearing a very, very huge handbag. Yeah, the hair is falling all over the place. And also we go ahead to talk about body modifications. Tattoos should be covered. For some people who have tattoos, it should be covered maybe with clothing, shoes, or makeup. Some people have many piercings. They have 20 holes on their ears. That is not professional. So it's very, very important to look out for that. So we've talked about the way that we dress, the shoes that we wear, the hair, our grooming. We are also advised to wear natural light makeup, because you're not going for a wedding. You can look good, but then make sure you minimize attention. So anything that attracts attention is a no-no for you. So those are business ready and business casual. But then allow me to go to the men. Then next week we shall delve straight into what we call business ready, business casual, and casual. And when do we dress like that? So for the men on the call today, this is your turn. So there are certain essentials every man should have. You should have button-up shirts, okay? A dark or light pair of slacks, okay? Dark dress shoes and a simple belt. For men, it's a little bit easier. So one, you need to make sure somebody was, I was seeing over social media, somebody was sharing that for men, you need to have maybe 7 shirts or 7 ties and 4 suits, and you are dressed for life. Yeah. So there are certain basics. And if you're going to wear black shoes, make sure you have a black belt. If you're going to wear brown shoes, you have to make sure that you have a brown belt. So there are certain essentials for men. So just have your shirt, just have your belt, just have your shoes. And if you're going to dress up business professional as a man, they even advise that the shoes should have shoe laces. Okay. So for all the men on the call, make sure that you get yourself a pair of shoes that have shoe laces. Now there you will be fully business professional. So what is our goal? To look the best that you can. Okay. So to dress up business professional, make sure that your pants are matching with the jacket. The moment the two are not matching, you fall out of the bracket of business professional. Yeah, of course, material is very, very important, but that may not be our focus today. It's even very important to choose the patterns, okay, of your suit. The patterns when you're dressing business professional, they should be very, very, very minimal and very, very, they shouldn't attract attention, okay? So when we talk about shirts, it's preferred to have in business professional very light shirts as opposed to dark shirts. And I know you know what I mean. Dark orange, dark blue, dark green. So it's preferred to have very, very light shirts, like very light blue, cream, white. Those are the colors that will make you look extremely smart when it gets to business professional. Then men, when it gets to jewelry, also it's important to note that keep it to the minimum, okay? Make sure that you don't overdo it. A watch is acceptable, but I'm just thinking someone wearing bangles as a man, that may look a little bit queer. So let's talk about the ties, okay? Men, as you are dressing up, as you're coming up with your business professional wardrobe, make sure that you buy quality ties, okay? Make sure that you buy quality ties, and even the way that you keep them, they do not wrinkle. Yeah. Many times when men come out, you have to make sure that you are looking sharp. Your tie is not creased. Pay attention to the patterns. If you wear a tie that has patterns, make sure that you wear it against a plain shirt, okay? Don't wear a tie that has dots and then the shirt has lines. That is not acceptable. Then also you need to have very good choice of colors that complement your suit. I'm one person who is very particular when it gets to, the way people dress. And many times I see, I examine presidents. If I were a man, I would want to show up, as maybe like an Obama, or something like that, because they wear fitting clothes. The shirt is always matching with the tie, and it's when you look at them, oh my goodness, you want to be like them. So I also want to say that when you're choosing your tie, especially when you're going for a very serious meeting where deals are going to be closed, many times they recommend that you put on either red or maroon tie. Yeah. So when you see a leader, for example, a president putting on a red or maroon tie, you know that the business that they are going for is serious business. If you can go back and look at many of the presidents, especially the presidents of America, because they have a professional stylist, a professional, a person who chooses their clothes. So you can go back and see, you realize that these people actually have stylists and people who choose their clothes according to the meetings that they're going for. So that is why it's recommended that you put on a red tie or maroon tie when you're going for serious business, okay? Other days you can put on another tie, but that's very important. So when we get to the shoes, okay, every man should have a black pair of shoes in their wardrobe. And when you're putting on socks, they tell us that the color of your socks, especially when it gets to professional, business professional, is very important. And I like the selection of the colors that they have put there, either black, gray, brown, or those subtle green or subtle blue, very, very importantly. So there are also other socks that they call the happy socks. Yeah, the happy socks have, for example, one time I saw a distributor who put on socks and they had Donald Duck on them. They were red, Donald Duck was yellow. And when he sat down, unfortunately, men, when you sit down and your trousers go up, we look at the socks that you are wearing. So when you're dressing a business professional, keep it professional. Don't wear happy socks, okay? So for also men, same thing. You need to have very good grooming, keep your hair, your nails, your teeth well maintained. The hair should be short. You should be well shaven. Get a nice haircut. Yeah. So these professionals say that beards and mustaches project a less professional image. So you need to be prim and proper. Make sure that you represent, yourself very well. Then accessories should be kept to the minimum. Of course, men are advised to wear, let's say, vests, especially if you sweat a lot, cufflinks for your shirts. The tie should match the rest of your outfit. And, very, very importantly, men, we don't expect you to have body modifications, tattoos everywhere, earrings, and, stuff like that. It kind of boils down on the professional outlook. We would like to talk about the color of the suits. If you're going to dress up business professional, in your wardrobe, you should have at least a black, okay, navy blue, brown, or gray, okay, just like the color of the socks. Black, navy blue, brown, or gray, or in some instances, a very dull green, okay? The rule of the thumb is avoid wearing colors that attract so much attention. Because when you attract so much attention, it focuses away from the one-on-one that you're going to do, Here in Uganda, the people who want to actually have that attention are pastors. That is why you'll find a pastor who is wearing a white suit, okay, and white shoes. Why? Because they are going to stand right at the pulpit and they need to draw so much attention from their crowd. So when you're dressing up business professional, as a man, kindly avoid wearing very, very bright colors, lime green suit, For heaven's sake, why would you wear an orange suit? So just keep it minimal, keep it in the subtle colors like you have seen. It is good to buy shoes, but the next time when you're buying shoes, at least buy a pair that has shoelaces for your professional wardrobe. Just like women, we usually move around with with wipes to clean our shoes. Even the men, I think it's only prudent that, you have been walking from your home and it has been very dusty. Once you get into the presentation, or once you get into the office, or wherever the meeting is going to be, please go to the bathroom first and clean your shoes and make sure that they are presentable. I think you can see in the slides, we even have they should be a proper height to your trousers. They should not be touching the ground and they should not be too short. If they are too short, of course, people may associate that with you being in the Muslim community or a tabligh, which is not a problem. But if you're dressing up business professional, you have to make sure even the height of your trousers is at a certain point. So I would like to encourage every one of us here. We are going to build our professional wardrobe together. And by the end of the 2 to 3 weeks, every one of us on this call is going to know exactly the next time they are doing shopping, they are going to know exactly how they're going to build their professional wardrobe. Now, because of time, we lost a few minutes, about 8 minutes as we were starting, because I just couldn't share yet. It was very important for me to show. But allow me to continue this presentation next week so that we can be able to, learn how to dress business professional. Next week, we're going to learn how to dress business ready, and we're going to find out when do we dress business ready. Then we're also going to learn the third way of dressing up, which is business casual, okay? And then, of course, the casual. So thank you so much for listening in this morning. I look forward to seeing you next Friday as we cover the rest of the different kinds of dress code for the ladies and the gentlemen. So see you next Friday. God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you.